Welcome to Hometown Pride. We're glad you're with us here on KSEM 106.3, on KIKZKSEM.com, on the Tribe link, and on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. We wrestled Dr. Glen Teal away on Friday. Did we wrestle you away?
Nah.
You managed to get out of there, huh?
Yes, sir. No problem.
Lots of stuff going on. Dr. Teal, the new superintendent here. When do we get to stop saying new?
Anytime.
Any point? Are you
Yeah,
ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to
Just make that leap.
Okay.
Been here since May.
So then we'll determine August 15th, I've got it right here on the phone. August 15th of 2025, he's no longer the new, he's just Dr. Glen Teal, Superintendent of
I like
Seminole
it.
ISD.
I like it.
I like it too, I like it too. And yes, we did plan this. We made a phone call. For those of you on radio, we're almost wearing the same shirt. So we didn't make the phone call, but I guess we picked the same one out of the closet. Start of the year, how are things?
We've had an outstanding start of the school year. There's always a few hiccups with onboarding almost 3,000 kids.
Right.
But nothing major, and I've been very pleased with the start. Kudos to all of our administrators, our staff, and our students and families. It's been a very smooth transition to the new year.
That's great. Well, I went out during Meet the Teacher and went to primary, elementary, and FJ, and just to go take pictures. And all three administrators and staff were just a well-oiled machine, and wall-to-wall children. I just kept looking. I was like, oh my gosh, the kids, how are they gonna get this done?
Yeah.
So even before school started, just the organization and trying to get that thing going.
Yeah, shout out to our families too. First day of school went really well. That's always a lot, trying to get all the kids in the building, particularly our youngsters. And that all seemed to go very smoothly. Everybody, I just want to thank our parents for their patience as we get all the school year stuff rolling. So it's gone well.
Good. Well, and also, if you read today's Sentinel, not that I'm cross-promoting, but I do since I work for both, but if you read the Sentinel today, there was a story in there about enrollment, and they said it's down a little bit. Well, let me just tell you something. If you go look in these classrooms in these buildings, it's not down. I mean, and also, the old adage, and we've been around long enough to talk about that, is as we progress through, that number will go up, right?
Absolutely. So, when we ended school in May, we had a little over 3,100 kids. And we started with a little over 2,900.
Right.
And typically, the next few weeks until you get past Labor Day, that's where all those numbers kind of shake out. And based on what we know in the past, although I'm new here, we've glanced back, it looks like we'll continue our trend of a little growth enrollment increase this year as well.
Well, and for those that follow high school stuff, this freshman class is gigantic. There's just a ton of those
It's a
kids.
big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our senior class is the smallest at the high school at like 173.
Yeah.
And all the other classes are well over 200.
Really, really big. So lots of folks showing up. And again, if you drive down 11th or if you drive down Main Street, you see them. There's a lot of folks here in town.
Yes, sir.
So getting that moving. We're talking to Dr. Glen Teal, here the superintendent at Seminole. Let's talk a little bit about your administrative team. I mean, I know you've gotten your feet wet, and we talked to you in May about you and your background. Let's talk a little bit about the crew that's working with you. You got a good bunch.
Oh, they're exceptional.
Yeah.
I've been so pleased with our existing administrators and our new folks.
Right.
And for folks that aren't aware, we had a little bit of turnover right at the end of the school year. Dr. Tabitha Kaufman at FJ had resigned to go to Region 18 to serve there. And so we brought in Dr. Matt Hawkins to replace her. That's been a very smooth transition, and things are going well at FJ. And then we unfortunately lost our CFO, Mr. Jay Lashaway, who did a phenomenal job for us. Retired from Texas Public Education, and thankfully still living in this community. Is a great resource to us.
And his wife's still an administrator.
That was a part of the plan.
Yeah,
It's like you just can't take Mrs. Lashaway.
No, you cannot do that. That's right.
And so we've transitioned to our new CFO, who is actually a former superintendent. His name is Joseph O'Malley. He's coming from Merkel, which was kind of back in my neck of the woods that I'm coming from. Has a lot of CFO experience, and it has been thankful to Mr. Lashaway and Mr. O'Malley. Super smooth transition, and Mr. O'Malley's just killing it over there in the business office. Very pleased with those new leaders. And then our existing administrators that are returning are truly exceptional and been very pleased with their leadership all through the summer, and then as we've gotten the new school year started off, very smooth transition, and they're great professionals and very proud of them.
Well, and working there with you in central office in charge of curriculum, I think Dr. Suarez just keeps the ground running and keeps everything going.
Yes, Dr. Suarez is still doing her thing. I'll tell you, there's a lot of preparation that goes into the beginning of the new school year for staff, and Dr. Suarez and all of her team have been overseeing all of the new staff orientation, all of the staff development in those first days, including convocation, and that just went off extremely well. So proud of Dr. Suarez and her team. They've really risen to the occasion once again this year.
Well, I thought everybody looked lovely at convocation. I really was impressed with the way everybody looked, you know.
That was lots of fun. We're boogieing into 25-26, so disco theme, 70s theme for our convocation, and I think it was about 3 years ago they started doing a theme-based convocation, having some fun, really just bringing the energy and excitement to a new school year. And that was just a blast to see everybody dressed up.
How about the band, Teacher's Pet? They're incredible, aren't they?
I had been told about Teacher's Pet prior to when I first arrived here, and so I knew they were going to be good. But they are another level.
There's something else.
They are exceptional, and I'm telling you, they can take that show on the road in a
They
heartbeat. Very talented, and man, they got it kicked off with some great 70s teams.
But as an administrator, you don't want that to happen because most of them work in the district. They need to stay here and keep working.
Yeah, a couple of board members in the mix.
That's right.
And staff, and then spouses of staff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, from the instruments to the vocals, they're just phenomenal.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah,
it was
lots
fun to
of
watch.
fun.
Well, I will say that there were a couple of us who went to high school 70s/80s that were going. They weren't wearing that in the 70s. We were being a little judgmental. We probably need to pull that back.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a lot of fun to see everybody get excited about getting the school year started. And so when we, again, talking to Dr. Glen Teal, the superintendent here at Seminole High School on Hometown Pride, when you take a new position and you just, we said we weren't gonna use that word, and you start trying to implement your style, your objectives, what are some of the things that we can look forward to in a Dr. Glen Teal administrative role?
Well, I'll simply repeat what I've been saying to our staff for the sake of consistency, that for me, there's a lot of putting eyes on everything, from how we're staffed to our various systems. I just need to see it in action. I did not come in with the notion of wholesale change on any level, but there will be some tweaks we probably need to make, that, it's just time to do those sort of things. But I need to see it functioning first before we even consider those things. So I'll enter conversations with my executive leadership team, with the rest of my leadership team, and we'll start putting eyes on those things and determine moving forward if we can make any tweaks or even big changes. But I'm telling you, I knew this coming into this position, that we have great systems, we've got a great staff, and things are really going forward smoothly. We've seen a lot of success, so it was a blessing to inherit that from Mr. Lynch and this team and this board. And so I'll just enter conversations with the board and all of our leaders, and that'll all funnel down to staff. We'll have conversations about some things we might need to tweak, but things are really going smoothly right off the bat. So that'll come down the road, and my goal is to hopefully not make any major changes in year one, and then consider some tweaks as we move forward from there.
So again, an opportunity to get in and get the feel of the district and the feel of the community and what have you.
Right. Ultimately, because this district has been successful, I want to respect what's gone on before me. I understand that I may see things a little bit different, but that's just a conversation we need to have to determine if we keep doing what we're doing, if we make some of those tweaks.
Yeah. Well, I find it, and just from the conversation I saw with you and the board at the board meeting with the determination on the long range planning, the conversation that all you guys had was, hey, let's get comfortable
Right.
with how things are operating, and then we can make a more informed decision as we go that
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah, I think our strategic plan is about 5 years old, which it means it's about time to take a look at it, see if we need to tweak that as well. But we do have 2 new board members, and then I'm new, my CFO is new. And so we just asked for a little time to get our bearings in the district before we dive into that, and the board obliged, thankfully.
And new officers on the board as well, that's all
New
changed as well.
officers, that's right. We, as Shane Wimber and Rex Darby rotated off, we brought in a new board president and Michael Wood, a new board vice president and Lance Wright. Terry Dixon remains secretary. Herman Peters is now the assistant secretary. And so with having new leadership, again, good time to keep things moving forward as they are, and while we take a look at strategic planning in the future.
Got you. Again, talking to Dr. Glen Teal here on Hometown Pride. So now you've had a chance to go see some things. You had a chance to go to meet the tribe. You had a chance to go to the volleyball game and hang out. Getting comfortable being look, it's not a bad change for you. You came from an Indian outfit, right?
I'm used to being an Indian,
There you go.
coming from Jim Ned, and although we're not the maidens, we were the lady Indians.
Yeah, right.
That's a strange concept for us here.
JNLI, always never could
That's
figure that
right.
out. Yeah.
That's right. Jim Ned, lady Indian.
Yeah.
So great to remain an Indian, and that's been kind of fun for us. That'll help us when we're cheering for our new teams. We get the name right.
You're gonna catch yourself and go Jim Ned Indians. I mean Seminole. You're gonna catch yourself. It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna knock on wood that I haven't made that faux pas yet, but it's probably coming.
It's coming.
I was there
coming.
6 years, and that gets ingrained in you.
That's
But,
coming.
I'm telling you, I've been so impressed with everything I've seen thus far. Meet the Tribe, I was blown away
Yeah.
with the community support of that event. The stands were almost full. The parking lot was certainly full.
Right.
And so appreciate the community coming out and supporting our tribe as we get the new seasons started off, and that's just been wonderful. And then thoroughly enjoyed the volleyball game.
Yeah.
We put it on Plainview the other night.
Wow, and that's a big turnaround. Amanda and her crew have done an incredible job through the spring and this summer of turning a corner. Man, that was fun to watch.
Well, I don't know any different since I'm new here. I didn't see last year's team, but I've heard that perspective.
Yeah.
And big kudos to Coach Kirkpatrick and the work that team has put in.
Yeah.
Clearly evident, and I'm telling you, they're very athletic and they get after it, and the team chemistry seemed outstanding.
Yeah.
So congrats to them, and we're looking forward to a successful season ahead for them.
It's gonna be a fun watch. So also, as you step into this new role, and we discussed this a little bit in May, you've inherited some construction projects and some work going that direction. The field house and the CTE building. How do you feel like all that's going?
Oh, extremely well. Blessed with great contractors there. Of course,
Local.
Fairs, a local contractor, Fairs Construction, built our field house, and I'm telling you, thoroughly impressed. And that's from the board to our leadership team. Our community got to see it last night after Meet the Tribe through some tours. It is exceptional. Something this community can be extremely proud of.
And Coach Greg Pointer, the work he did, he went out and talked to tons of people, made phone calls, made visits, whatever, to help with the design. I think that's important to remember too.
Absolutely. Coach Pointer has been really a key player in the development of this field house, the design of it, and the implementation of the construction. He's been heavily involved over there, so really appreciate him and all the time, effort, and energy he's poured into that facility. It's going to be special for years to come.
It's gonna be neat. And then obviously the CTE building, we've started to expand the wings that come out of the high school into the building, and most of it is functional now.
That's exactly right. All of the new portion of the CTE facility is functional. We have kids in those classrooms already, and they're getting everything kind of situated since everything's brand new. But that's gone well this week. Thankful to all the staff that's worked with that, and our kids have helped with that as well. We do have a portion of that entire project that is a renovation phase. Some of that was done over the summer, and those classrooms are functional. But on the other side of the hallway, those classrooms will be continuing renovation.
Yeah,
through
I
the
was
school
in
year.
that 400 hall. I'm telling you,
Okay.
I was in the 400 hall with the renovation. I get it. And now it's the 300 hall's turn. Yeah.
That's
so,
right. So
yeah.
that'll span throughout this school year and open up next August of 2026.
And that's gonna tie, it just ties nicely into that building, and I walk that thing ad nauseum, going to the dumpster, cleaning things out, and it's just, the building's amazing. That's another thing I feel like at some point the community, folks wanna come take a look at. That's an impressive building.
We'd love to have them out. The board has gotten a tour of that new facility. They were very impressed and pleased. And ultimately, you know, our goal is to see our kids gain those skill sets that they
Right.
go out and be a productive member of our community, our Seminole community, and this region right off the bat with certifications to boot and ready to roll right out of high school.
What are some of the things that have surprised you about Seminole or the district, the town, or whatever? Some of the things that maybe you didn't expect when you got here.
Well, I'll continue the CTE theme. You know, I'm really impressed with our number of programs and offerings we have for students. It is really exceptional for a community this size. So, and again, I think it's very much a need out in the community. So, very impressed with that. I had heard from Mr. Lynch just how great this community was overall, how welcoming and friendly they are. My wife Megan and I have been just blown away by that. Everybody's been extremely welcoming, very friendly. Every restaurant, every store that we've been to has really had exceptional customer service. That is unique to West Texas, in my opinion.
That
And
does my heart good as chamber president. So that's
I'm
good,
telling
yeah.
you, we've been very impressed with, again, every restaurant, every cafe, every store we've been in. It's really been special. And we were so looking forward to getting back to that environment where customer service, that's what folks lead with.
Sure.
So very, very impressed with that. Not surprised, but just very impressed.
On a personal level, being moved here and obviously not fully ingrained, but moved here, has it been easier to go see your kiddos and all that? Has that been a better
Absolutely.
thing?
You know, that was another byproduct of coming to Seminole ISD. We're an hour away from one of our sons and 3 hours away from another. And all of my wife's family lives up in Amarillo, so we were able to get closer to them, and that's been very special to us. They've come to see us and vice versa. And so, yeah, that was a big blessing for our family to get closer to them and spend more quality time with
That's
them.
good. Well, again, we're talking to Dr. Glen Teal, the superintendent of Seminole ISD. Anytime and this happens both ways, husband or wife, but anytime a husband takes a position, then Megan has to kind of assimilate. How is Megan doing with the change?
Well, thank you for asking. She's very special to me, and as we all know, it's a little harder on the wives. They get deeply ingrained in the communities they're in, form strong relationships. She had the blessing of working for Buffalo Gap Elementary in the Jim Dent School District as a math specialist, and had a phenomenal team at that campus. And so that's, you know, it's hard to leave those strong relationships. But Megan is very special, and I knew she would assimilate quickly, and she's doing that at the junior high in that secretary position very well. Of course, that's a wonderful campus,
Yes.
great staff, great leadership. They've all helped with that, but the staff has been so welcoming, and she seems to be forming those strong bonds early on here in Seminole.
Well, the reason I always bring that up is because I was on the other side of that, because when we took the job in Comfort, they wanted Susan and I came along. And so, you know, you've got it works both ways. It works both ways.
It does. I joke often that I had two sons that were decent athletes, and one of them was 6'5", and I joke that I rode his coattails for a few years into positions. But once they graduated, I was like, to Megan, I was like, well, it's on us now. We got to carry it.
We better take care of business. I got
Exactly.
you. Well, Glen, thank you. I appreciate you being here, and
My
thanks
pleasure.
for coming by, and appreciate your openness to be on the show and helping
Absolutely.
the newspaper.
Thanhanks for all y'all do. We
You bet.
greatly appreciate it.
We try to run in circles and get it all covered.
Love it.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We come back, the worst segment in the history of radio, and the IQ points will drop. We'll have Knucklehead Sports Talk. Listen to Hometown Pride.
Need a new fence for your home or business?
Man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Enjoyed it, yeah,
And
thank
we'll,
you.
I'll holler at you about the column thing, because I
Okay.
really would like to do
All
that.
right,
I
do
think
that.
it'd be awesome.
Let me know.
Enjoy your Friday pursuit scrimmage. Okay. You idiots ready? There's King Idiot. There's King Idiot.
All right, knucklehead time to talk. Better not.
This is our table. Seems like it does. No, that's what obstacle chairs are supposed to be. I normally have them.
Yeah.
I normally have them close because on Facebook, that's how I know my screen. YouTube, you watch screen, so it makes it long.
Get over there next to Rob. Squeeze on him.
They got a good left hand. Some better?
Yeah.
Brayden found that out the other day. There you go.
Strictly not. He was like, what was that?
Hi YouTube, how are you? Eric is wearing a Detroit Tigers hat, and Dave's head is gonna grow twice to, oh my gosh.
It already did.
Why in the world? Come on, man.
That's exactly why. He's just thinking.
Content, baby, content. It's all about content. We're back with Hometown Pride, and Rob, get the feedback down. Welcome back to Hometown Pride on KSCM 106.3, KIKZKSCM.com, on YouTube at Seminole TX Media. Around the table, David Williams,
Hey.
Landon Sims, Dr. Eric Heinman, wearing Detroit Tigers cap.
Yeah, that's what the D stands for.
That's what
It's either doctor or dummy, we can't figure that out. Dave's got his thumb up because of the Tigers hat. And Austin Bates returns from Points Beyond, or Coaching Beyond.
Oh, Booster Club cookout.
I got you.
Yeah.
Too
Hey,
busy.
you guys killed it on that. The burgers and wraps were
Coach
unbelievable.
Martinez knows what he's doing.
I saw Lewis back there.
Yeah.
You guys were doing good work.
So you've been gallivanting around on Fridays.
A little
We see how
bit,
you
a
are.
little bit here and there.
We see how you are.
Yeah.
All right. School year's kicked off, by the way. It's great to talk to Dr. Teal. Having a ball, getting to know him. He's done to step in the middle of these big construction things and whatever, and having to follow, Mr. Lynch. And it just seems like he stepped in and made himself comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
It's been fun to visit with him and get to know him. We're, just for those of you who know, by the way, Sentinel's on the newsstands. Thank you, Eric. Newspapers are on the newsstands, loaded with stuff today. We're looking to visit with Dr. Teal, and he's willing to do this. We're gonna do a Dr. Teal's Corner, a column once a month, where he's gonna kind of update things on what's going on with the school district. If it's not him, we'll do other administrators that he'll assign, but
That'd be less you have to write.
that's all I'm trying to do. Everybody teases me because I've been farming this stuff out. Townsend does some stuff, Luke does some stuff, Susan does
Ulterior
some stuff.
motive.
Everybody else.
Fun.
You're so inclusive. Some call it inclusive, others call it delegation.
I was about to say delegation, baby.
Others may call it laziness. I don't know, whatever you think, but I delegated the distribution on to Eric. That was no problem. But look forward to that. I think it'd be a neat thing to hear from Dr. Teal about the progress of how things are going at school, and we can kind of keep up with that in the paper. It'd be a good thing to do. So, and he was more than gracious agreeing to do that. I'm going to start because I got to watch it, and I have to tell the story behind it. I went to the maidens volleyball game. Holy smokearinis. And that's a 5A team at Plainview.
There you go.
Landon Sims Memorial right outside the men's bathroom.
Third year on the right.
That's right. So we played Plainview, and last year they ran us completely out of the gym at their place, and this year we ran them at our gym. Holy smokes,
Big
those
red, enough
girls.
said.
That's right. Well, there was one time y'all had the sign that said angry red with the dot, and my sister-in-law's and my wife said it looks like it says angry red dot.
Calm,
Red,
calm.
yeah. It says angry red dot. But man alive, here's the thing as a volleyball coach / nerd. We pass the ball incredible. We struggled a bit last year passing the ball on serve receive and on coverage. We passed the ball straight to target. Our setters didn't have to work very hard. And if you give Austin Flowers time and you give Solid Gunther time, you're gonna eat it.
There you go.
And they did it. And man alive, it was fun to watch. Now, that was my first official sports story to write. Now, I wrote baseball stories, which was fine when I first started. This is my first volleyball, what I do, volleyball story. I went full blue. I'm just gonna tell you, blame blue for being blue. I went full blue. I'm sitting there with my pad, my legal pad, because I'm old, and Bailey Jones is sitting beside me. And I'm writing everything, and I'm taking every stat and blah, blah, blah. She goes, Rob, it's going in the paper. You're not doing a research project. I'm going 7, 8 pages. I'm writing everything, every shift.
It's a
we
long
made.
season.
Yeah. I went back to the paper to write it. After the 4th page, I was like, okay, we need to start paring this back. So I got it down to where it was just enough for the volleyball nerds to enjoy, and then good enough where everybody else who wasn't a volleyball nerd, I enjoyed it.
Where grandma can cut it out.
That's
Like,
exactly right.
I've gotta put some pictures in here too.
You wonder why the paper was 16 pages. It could have been 20.
Gonna have to get bigger rubber bands. Thick ones.
Thick ones too, because I can actually hold.
My arm's already feeling sick.
I went full nerd, and then when the game was over, I went over to talk to Amanda, and for 10 minutes, she and I went full nerd.
Oh, there you go.
And then she was like, "You're not gonna write all this, are you?" I'm gonna try. No. But that was so much fun, and to see the improvement, and I think some of the things that Amanda has done with the open gym thing and using the auxiliary gym and the summer playing that the girls are doing, it's paying off.
But you know what? Here's where it started. It started last year, even in the struggles, by getting the culture right.
Yes.
You gotta get the culture right.
Yes.
You gotta have the kids gotta be bought in, they gotta be having a good time out there and wanna show up and do their thing.
Yeah.
And that's where it started, and now you're seeing the other things being put into place. So it's exciting to
Well,
see what they're doing.
As a volleyball guy and as a volleyball coach, just watching them pass the ball, and that's a 5A team hitting that.
Yeah.
The good thing is you got Malia, you got Austin, you got Brittany Wimmer, you got kids at the front getting up, getting in the way to make those passes easier for those girls in the back row. And if you make the setting easier for Arlette and Zyla, we got front row hitters that are gonna hurt you. So they're playing today in Monahan's, in pool play, and then whatever they do in pool, we'll put them in a bracket play. So we look forward to good results from that, but already just, you can tell a huge difference.
That's cool.
You can close your eyes and just listen and know when Austin hit one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not to cross promote, but in the paper, and Bailey took the pictures, not Rob, God bless her, thank you. But there's a picture of Austin spiking in the middle, and I swear she's over Eric's head.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she is elevated,
Yeah.
so, yeah, if you can get it to our hitters, we got a shot. So, it's fun to watch. Obviously, went to, meet the tribe last night, got to hear David Williams' Golden Pipes.
I'm still hoarse.
Did you get tired of reading those names?
We got a new player on the football team who has a really
I
unique
was
last
impressed.
name.
The offensive lineman, the
Yeah.
freshman offensive
Yeah.
lineman, and he's gonna start, he's a
Yeah,
player.
He can play.
He is a player, but saying his last name, it's this long.
They're gonna have to pay extra to get that name on the
That's
back
it.
of his
That's
jersey.
it. And I'm,
Luckily, he's offensive lineman and not a running back or something, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to come up with a nickname for him.
I'm gonna butcher it, I'm gonna apologize, I will get it right eventually, I will butcher it for a little while. But, yeah, David had to read every one of those names, all those names for, the good news is, just the varsity ones. That was
That's
good,
right.
that
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah, it did.
Every time he said, "And here comes the JV," I was like, whew. You can drink water.
Let them youngsters
Parade
walk.
wave.
Take your time.
And that was also the debut of our Tiana Hare and her crew, the new
Yep.
Proud of the Tribe. She had her crew out there playing, so they're got their kids lined up and ready to go. The reason I pointed at Eric, because he was a music nerd, so we'll go that direction. It's good to see them out there. That's always a fun event, to get everybody out.
Yeah, and I mean, I was looking in the stands, it's packed.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's a thing. I mean, there was a Booster Club sponsored the golf event last Friday. And it was packed.
Right.
And then, you know, we had this last night, and it was packed. I mean, it's just so amazing to see how our community comes together over these things. It's just really cool.
Everybody got to eat watermelon afterward, And then the coach came out at me immediately, cause I see those girls in the white volleyball shirts, I'm like, oh no, please, just keep that, I don't want to get that out of that jersey. And I was like, hey, that's not your problem, Rob. Hey, you know the watermelon you want, I don't care.
I have had it before.
Get after it. Wait, I'm a taxpayer, don't do that, it'll cost me detergent, so we'll figure it out one way or the other. Made me a little nervous, but it was fun, and then everybody got to take the tour of the field house. Have y'all been in yet? I know you have. Have y'all been in?
Last night.
You haven't been
I
yet?
have not been.
We gotta take
Oh,
care of it.
my goodness. We ought to do our remote from the film room,
Oh, that's what we need to do, we need to do a show from the film
or
room.
up on the balcony there.
That would be
We'll
it.
do the, yeah. there you go.
That's, I wanna do Dustin and I wanna do the broadcast from the balcony.
From the balcony,
Yeah,
yeah.
forget, but you know, watch it from the end zone, is that 30 to 40, who cares? We got a good seat here, this is awesome. Yeah, we already told Greg, said we'd like to run the first game from up here.
You know, one of the things that was really amazing to me that I didn't think would be that big a deal was they replaced all the asphalt around the field with concrete, and it made it look so much nicer. I mean, I never realized how that dressed it up.
It does, and I think I mentioned it last, you know, you would trip in the cracks of the asphalt, and now you've got, I mean, it just looks, I mean, the look of it's incredible. And the field house itself, everybody got to go through there, and of course, being a slash reporter, journalism adjacent, I went in and was like, wow, the people just kept saying, this is incredible, and it's, again, a tribute to Coach Pointer and the effort he put into the design and the work being done. It's gonna be a great facility, and it's a good chance for everybody to go see it, and, you know, obviously.
And another thing that's cool is it was built by Fairs.
Yeah,
you know,
local.
right here in local.
I got to see that thing being built on the shop floor.
Yeah.
Because we're the ones that provided the metal building.
Oh, really? There you go.
So I got to see that thing from architectural design through rough in, through walked out there, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
All the way up.
All the way up, cool, so.
Well, it's just gonna be, obviously, we're all looking forward to that. First scrimmage is tonight, can hardly wait, it's gonna be fun, playing against Levelland. Get out, that'll be 5 o'clock for the sub-varsities, the varsity will start around 6:15, 6:30, somewhere around there. It'll be nice and cool, air conditioning will be on, yeah, whatever. It'll be a little warm, but, come out and support, it'll be fun to watch and see the Indians get started. I know we're all excited about that, cause it's just, when you look at that roster and you look at everything that they've got going, it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yes.
So,
Oh, yeah.
should be an enjoyable time. Got that going. I know I spoke about Seagraves and Loop, and we've been doing more stuff with them in the paper, and we're looking to do more. Just as a heads up to everybody around here, we are going to do a Loop 6-man game this year on the YouTube channel.
There you go.
So we're shooting for September 25th, which is a Thursday night game. Luke will be hosting Lorenzo. And so we're gonna go call that game Thursday night, and then Friday we have Denver City here.
Okay.
And so we'll call that game Friday, and then Rob will load up Saturday and go call volleyball, whatever. We're gonna,
So you're saying you don't have enough to do?
I don't have enough
You're
time.
adding
We're
something.
gonna do something else.
Okay.
No, I just think, we talk about all the time on the Pickett Show, y'all will find out, the fastest show on cotton dirt, and they're fun to watch, they really are, so
Yeah.
we're gonna go cover one, and then we're gonna try to do a Seagraves one too, so we're gonna try to get those in there, and just so, you know, countywide, we wanna make sure, and, although wearing the red might hurt a little bit. I'm getting red.
So you're gonna be behind the camera.
I'm getting, yeah, but I'm getting a red Sentinel hat. I'm getting a Sentinel hat to wear specifically those games. I'm hoping it doesn't burn my head off. But I'm gonna, we'll put a little red on and go cheer for Luke and Seagraves, call the game for them. It'll be fun. Looking
Well,
forward
the
to it.
superintendent at Loop's an old Seminole guy.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
He's Blackman, so
Yeah.
he probably wouldn't mind if you wore black.
And Mike Reed went to work out there, and Mike coached a million places all over the place. We cross wires tons of places, most specifically in Lamesa, and he's now the principal out there. He's a good guy, and had a good visit with him. So again, we just kind of want to do a little more and showcase some things. And Mike Elder already said, "Oh, I'll stay home and watch that 6-man game on YouTube." That'll be fun. So yeah, we're gonna try to do that. And what we've got coming on the 29th, besides that, is the Pickett Show. Are you guys ready? Are we ready for this?
Oh, yeah, I've already got my first week's done.
See, we were talking, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. David,
Again, heads up,
Yeah.
don't do research. Because we will light you up.
so David almost won last year. He was right
I got on a
behind.
roll.
Yeah, he was on a roll for
But I
the,
figured it out. I always look at Pointer. And, you know, and so I'm always kind of checking what Pointer's saying and doing, and then I I would start scratching through.
Adjust accordingly.
Pointer is gonna do research, and so is Dave. Dave's research is, here's the line.
Yeah.
Like every
If you
game.
need to, well, you gotta be careful with Dave's lines, cause some of those lines were like, what? They were opposite, like 15 point, you're like, there's no way.
Yeah. Well, and then Jackie and Carol play, and the sports information director, they all play. And there's, all Carol and Jackie wanna do is beat Dave. They don't care if they beat everybody else, they just wanna beat Dave, so. But we'll have a large time, that's coming in 2 weeks. We'll have, Hometown Pride, the Picket Show from the Corner Store Travel Center, all the way through Indian football season. As long as they're playing, we'll have picket shows. And so, we're looking forward to that. We thank Bobby Tycrow and his crew for hosting us, putting up with not just this amount of knuckleheads, but a giant amount of knuckleheads and some online knuckleheads. And so, we really appreciate them feeding us, burritos and drinks and
Oh, yeah.
and the ladies working there putting up with us, holy smokes. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing that. I'm gonna post, I keep saying this every year, and I do it the first 3 games and then I stop. But I'm gonna do it all year. I'm gonna post the pics on the social media, so if y'all wanna play with us, I'm not grading yours. I'm gonna grade these. If y'all wanna play with us, you can grade your own. We'll trust you on the honor system, but we'll put it on social media, you can play along with us. We'll get those pics out there for everybody so we can see how we're doing. All right, so that gets us through cross country tomorrow at Andrews, that's correct. We already said volleyball's at Monahan's, football's got a scrimmage tonight. Tennis will be in the Basin Bash.
Yeah, in Odessa.
Basin Bash in Odessa, and I know Armstrong, he always sends me everything I need to know, so we'll get information from that. And Dave will have it, and we'll get it in the paper for you as well. So we're back in full swing.
There it is.
Back in full swing. How has it felt for you with the start of school, with the new staff and getting everybody situated?
Well, you know, we actually didn't have as big a turnover this last year as in previous years, so it's been a little bit slower. But you know, for the most part, everything's gone pretty well. You know, we had convocation last Friday, and like I said, the golf meet. So it's been pretty smooth.
David made the front page of the paper.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
Not a problem. Glad to do it. Very, very glad. Jackie
Moon, baby.
Jackie Moon
Yeah.
was on there. And again, you were in the middle, but we had Brian had his WKRP shirt on.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get him in there with this WKRP
But
shirt
maybe
on.
the best thing was KP. He came up on his motorcycle.
Yes.
Oh, did he really?
Dressed as Elvis.
Dressed as Elvis.
Came in with the sunglasses and the whole thing, and yeah, no,
He went whole hog.
he was funny.
He went whole
That was
hog.
Good.
No, I did that on purpose. I knew that David would have a stroke when
Yeah. that was-
Not that I'm the editor of the paper, but I said, Missy, that was on the front page. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Things have kind of fallen off since I moved to Seminole. I'm kind of on the downward.
But Jackie Moon is definitely 70s appropriate.
Yeah. well,
Yes.
It's definitely 70s
Do what you
appropriate.
know.
That was the thing that the sports information director kept saying, because she kept pointing, that's not 70s, that's 80s, that's not 70s. I was in high school in the 70s, that's not 70s, so, yeah, it was funny. It was really, really fun. It was a good thing. But all the beginning of the school stuff, how have you guys, she's just a junior and I know it's your baby.
Mm-hmm.
How are we handling that?
Not well.
I didn't figure.
Not well at all.
Are we taking deep
We got
breaths?
one summer of basketball left.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's, man, you start checking off some of those things, like it's a nightmare.
But to
Absolute
me,
nightmare.
Miley is always gonna be 4. I can't
I know it.
fathom her being a junior.
I know it.
She's always just like 4 or 5.
I get funny looks all the time because you're at work or you're talking to people, you're introducing yourself. Like, yeah, I just have one baby left at home. They're like, oh, how old's the baby? I'm like, 17. I'm like, it's my baby. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, what about, you have a different situation. Your baby is taking your place.
Right.
How has that been? Wait, first off, I know how it's been. You won't get out of that room. Get out of that room!
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff still in there.
I figured.
Yeah, that's been an ordeal, but not like moving the sports information
Oh, my
director.
word. Don't even want to start on that. Oh, let's not get that. But seriously, I mean, how are you handling your
It's different,
baby?
you know, everybody asks me how retirement's going over the summer. Well, it just feels like summer. It's not
Yeah.
anything different, but then I started wanting to get up there and start doing, and I'm not doing, but I've got enough friends that have been calling me and saying, hey, I need a piece of music that fits this program, do you know anything offhand? And so I've been kind of getting into the stuff, and I'm helping Erin a little bit on the picking of music for the choir that she has.
Right.
Which is, that's the big thing is, because we don't have in choir, you don't have just a book that you go to the next page, or, you look at the next lesson, you've got to come up with what you're going to use.
Perform.
And so I listen to 95% of the music that I listen to I just cast it aside, because
It won't fit your
doesn't
group,
fit
it
the
won't
group,
fit
yeah.
your group,
the
yeah.
group that you have.
Yeah.
Now, there's some that you go, oh, I'll keep that around, cause I may have something eventually, but you gotta look what you got and what you're, and it's like that for, I guess, everybody, but in this sense.
It's the same thing as
it's
coaching.
Yeah, so you just go through a lot, there's a lot of information that you gotta go through, and, oh, okay, well, that piece will be good, and stuff, so I've got a list of stuff for Erin.
This fits your
Please-
sopranos, it doesn't fit
yeah.
your altos or whatever.
Yeah, look at these pieces and see what you think.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good that she has you as a resource, but see, this is what I'm talking about, not every choir director does that.
No.
They'll be, and you can speak to this as well, there'll be choir directors that are like, oh, I really like that, I want that my kids perform that.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way on earth your kids can perform that, cause you have 3 sopranos and 18 altos, they can't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to tailor it, which is a coaching
your
point.
person.
As a coach, as a coach, it's knowing what your kids can do on the court or on the field, and okay, we'll run this instead of, I'm always going to stay in this system,
Right.
and even though I don't have anything
Well,
that's going to
And-
work with that system.
And that's the difference between college and high school. In college, I can get the players that fit the
Right.
system,
Right.
but in high school, I got these players, what are we gonna do?
What
I
do
mean,
we
Right.
in years past, I would get people calling me saying, okay, when y'all ran the point zone, when you went to, when we got to go to state or whatever, what did y'all do? And I'm like, God, that was so many years ago, we've ran man since
Right.
those guys, got
Yeah.
out, cause I was always wanting to run man. I mean, I would rather run man defense, but.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you got a 6'5" point guard.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't
things
look at me.
change.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at you.
I was a 6'5" Jackie said, be careful, Eric, your smart is showing, so we don't want your smart showing.
So I have a question, are you gonna judge, are you gonna get the?
I'm going to be able to judge a lot. Now, I can't judge our region, but I'm already going south for sure.
Right.
And, I'm hoping to pick up some others away where I can, maybe Houston or Dallas.
Sure,
where
I
can
figured you'd stay
start.
busy with that for sure.
A lot of times, because of testing and all these things now that are happening, the window for a lot of that stuff is, we're down to about 3 to 3.5 weeks.
Yeah,
That most regions
Contests, yeah.
use, so, that window's pretty tight, and we were, hey, Eric, I want you to come do this. Well, I can't, because either my contest or our junior high contest is going that same
Overlap,
time,
yeah.
or there's an overlap, so.
That's not a problem now.
Right,
But you're gonna wanna be there when she goes first contest,
Yeah.
you're gonna wanna be there.
yeah.
So how, Landon,
So,
how,
of course, you
threw the
got,
wife back in there.
I threw the wife back in, she didn't stop though, she,
I was gonna say.
running the pool over the summer and everything else, I mean, I don't think there was 2 weeks of the whole summer that she wasn't up there.
And then y'all went to San Diego like we
And
did,
we
yeah.
went to San Diego, and we got a couple vacations in there for her, which is always good. But she's back and running, she had a record number of first day swimmers.
Wow,
She said
that's
she's 38,
Oh,
so
wow.
she's looking forward to a good program this year.
That's cool.
And so then Harper's starting 8th grade, so
Yeah.
that's
That's
great.
great.
That's the one that
Oh my
everybody's like,
God.
Harper in 8th, I'm like,
Gosh.
yeah, she's about to be in high school. So, and
Nuts.
then Britton's in 4th grade, so he's.
Just listen to us old people sit around and whine about how old our kids are. Welcome to the club, you two.
Yeah, he was super nervous for first day, but he always is, because he just doesn't know teachers and all that stuff, but that dude doesn't know a stranger, so I'm sure he got in there and talked to everybody else. But-
Well, I'm in the same boat. Robin went back, her first day was yesterday, and we got a blow by blow, going to lunch now, thank God, whatever. And, seemed like everything started well. Skylar called Wednesday night, out of breath. I said, you all right? He goes, yes. I said, you sure? He goes, yes, they all start tomorrow. And I can go back to being just, cause he's, you know, with IT, he was just, he's like, I am so glad these people are back in, you know, in their deal. And then Blue's off junior high coordinating, whatever that is. So, and sports information director, was cracking the whip, and that room is together. I sent y'all that picture, that room is together, and part of it is me, a lot of it was her. And so it's together, it's very crowded in there, but it's together and operating, and so, everybody's back at school, everybody's back at work, and, you know, we all kind of get into our little groove now. Do y'all feel that?
I'm about to say, summer feels out of the norm, because they're just constant, just everywhere being pulled in different directions.
Right.
But school, it's like, okay, I know everyone's schedule. I know that Danielle and the kids go to work, I go to work, and then at the end of the day, I've gotta go get Harper from athletics.
Yeah.
Braden's riding the bus home, Danielle's 6 o'clock, and then, okay, cool. But I know my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday routine, and I'm good.
Well, I think it's kind of more of a question for the three of us, because I mean, obviously I work in the school business, but I've been out since '08.
Yeah.
And so now, but I still feel like I run things on a school schedule. Do you feel that way also with your kids?
Ours is 100% school schedule.
Yeah. I don't have anybody attached to the school other than a student, but,
Right.
but yeah, the schedule, I mean, you're talking about evenings and weeks, so especially thinking about having one baby left, me and the wife looking at each other, trying to figure out if we like each other enough.
Yeah.
To stick around. Well, so you schedule things, it's Seminole, right? We went to meet we don't have a player playing fall sports, we went to meet the Indians and Maidens last night. Tuesday nights is volleyball night, Friday nights is football, Saturday will be volleyball, I mean, so there's a lot of scheduling for just our, social life around what happens for the school.
Now, we can speak to that, the deal of not having a dog in the fight anymore, which is, that's a different kind of thing, not having a dog in the fight. But obviously in the business I'm in the business she's in, we still gotta show up.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing is getting used to just going and enjoying with that person you met to have all these people, you know?
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you? Why are you here? That's another thing for you. How's this thing working with Jenny and you at the house? I wanna know.
It's different. She has her own routine though, and she's always had a routine, especially on the weekends. So that weekend routine is now every day routine. So, she does her thing in the morning, she goes out in the backyard, sits, drinks her coffee, because I can't really stand the smell of coffee. I don't know what the deal is.
You're killing Dave. You're killing Dave.
I'm
You're
sorry,
killing.
but I did wear the cap.
Once again, hometown pride, David Williams, Landon Sims, Rob, Eric, and Austin Bates
Well,
here.
you probably went through this, Rob, whenever you quit coaching, and that is that, like, when November or about October the 20, whatever it was, you could start doing after-school practices. I mean, it was like I was forgetting to do something.
October 15th?
Yeah.
October 15th.
Yeah.
It hit me when I first got out, and I'd been coaching both volleyball and basketball. When I first got out, when 2 days started, I almost cried. I almost got sad. I'm like, dude, I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that.
The grind, man.
But then I'm working, and everybody's playing, everything's going on. And then when October 15th shows up, not only as a coach but as a player, back when we played, October 15th, it's basketball. Why am I not doing basketball? Are we doing basketball? Where's the basketball at? And then as a coach, you're like, oh, I haven't done anything. You don't have to do anything. Oh, okay, that's good. I haven't figured out anything to do yet. Yeah, you get that weird feeling about you, and
That's one of the reasons I started officiating.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, this is too strange. I mean, I feel like I've got to get in that routine again where Tuesday, Friday.
Well, that's what this doing the broadcasting has saved my life. I mean, I needed that to feel my sports maniac, whatever it is. It filled that need. It filled that need. And the good thing is I win every week. I win every week. If we don't win, I've got to make it sound okay. And if we do win, I get to go nuts. So I get to win every week, which is great. I mean, it's just that it kind of filled that spot. And then now with the paper, it's a Tuesday, Friday thing. We talked about that.
That's right.
We have a good paper Tuesday, you're like, there's another Friday. I had a really good paper day, there's another Tuesday. Oh my God, it just never ends. And so that kind of does the same thing. It's competitive. I still think it is competitive. And he can say all he wants that the art shouldn't be competitive, but how many times did you not get your one? That's what I thought. So,
Yeah.
if they're keeping score, he's gonna try to rip their lungs out.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, that's, it.
But they call it something different in the arts, it's standard of excellence.
It's a standard of excellence. And they hit a superior rating. And they hit a superior
You like
rating.
that? You like
Yeah.
how I said that?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Instead of ripping your lungs out, it's like standard of excellence.
Except when you see Eric 2 weeks before contest and he's in some poor kid's face going, if you don't get this right. He's up in their grill, you move over there, you move over there. No, you move over there. It's hilarious. They're all like,
I never told the kid at halftime, now we need to raise our standard. As I throw a chair.
if you turn the ball, there's two things. If you turn the ball over again, you won't have to worry about your parents. Or, if you can't get that do-to-fi jump, not only will your parents not have to worry about you, you're not gonna live past that door. Come on, it's a fourth. Are you kidding me? You've been doing it since 6th grade. You've never said that.
Never.
My kids have come home after hearing that. I know better. But yeah, we all have that competitive thing, and I think this time of year kind of feeds that. I really think that, you know, seeing all the fresh start and all that, it kind of makes us old dogs feel young again, a little bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which I think is cool for Dr. Teal as well, jumping in the middle of this, and just, if you visit with him on the side, he as an outsider, I always am curious, because I'm now jaded, I've been here 22 years, I'm jaded. So, you know, how Seminole is, and
Sure.
just to hear from an outsider, he's just like, every time I go in and look at everything that this 4A school does, all the things that you offer, I just can't believe how many things this school actually offers. And, you know, we do get nose blind to it. We get completely nose blind to it. It's just, you know, we're accustomed that we have a
I said
wonderful
that's the
swim
norm,
team.
yeah.
We have a wonderful swim team. We've got an incredible choir, which a lot of 4A schools, I mean, small schools
Yeah.
don't. I mean, you just, you know, the things we offer with the CTE, we actually have a real journalism program and not just, you know, we got annual. I mean, you know, it's just, there's a million things that are unique to this district that I don't think the people that live here and work here realize.
One of the things that I think attributes to that is I never see anybody, I don't hear people in the district saying no a lot.
Right.
Like
Right.
when someone has an idea of how they can make something bigger or better or whatever, and I think there's a lot to that. I know, and I'm not knocking on Frisco, I just know what I know. When I was in Frisco, a lot of times we were told no because there were other high schools and they didn't want us doing something,
Right.
you know, that was so different from another high school. They wanted it to be homogenized, and I
Right.
hated that.
It's
You know,
not
you
good.
said, I was like, if we can be different, let's be different.
We gotta get out of the way. Gotta go to TSN News. Knuckleheads will be back next week. It'll be the last week here. Next week we'll be out at the Corner Store Travel Center. Have a great weekend, everybody. It is hot in this room. Oh my God.
Yeah, I failed on my job.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
at-
it next week is the big show?
No,
this will
be the last-
Week after, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,